Today we're going to do a little bit more work on the bike. We're going to continue with the upgrades for the stage 1, and we're going to install a new muffler. We have the FMF Q4. We went with this, and we're just going with the slip-on. We're going to leave the header factory for the time being. I decided to leave the factory header, 1 for the cost, and 2, with the 2007 model, they went with a larger diameter pipe throughout, so it's not as restricted as the earlier models. So the slip-on should be sufficient for my driving style, and so we're going to get right to it, take off the old muffler and install the new muffler. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take off the side plate, and we're just going to remove that 1 bolt down there to get this off. And the best way to do this is to pop the back out, and then you slide this down a little bit. And of course I dropped the bolt in the skid plate. So now we've exposed one of the nuts that holds the muffler on, and the other muffler nut is down here, and then you have the clamp which is right here. So there's 3 things you'll need to undo. I'd say first I'm just going to loosen them all up before I actually start taking them out. So you need a 12mm for these bolts. So I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit. Now we have the 2 bottom ones pretty much undone. We'll do the top bolt. I think there's a back bolt on this one. Okay. So let me hold this while I take this out so it doesn't put too much pressure. And let's see if we can jiggle this off. Seems to be coming quite nice. So this is the old muffler. We have it off now. Let's take a quick look. Still in good shape. And between the 2 of them, there it is. It is quite heavy. Let me see if I can find a scale. A little check to see what the weight difference is going to be. So I did take both of these, weigh them on a little kitchen scale that I had, and the factory came in at 10 pounds 1 ounce, and the new FMF came in at 4.15 ounces. So I think that's almost 5 pounds, and this is 10 pounds. So it's about half the weight, and a few little pieces of the side plastic will also not go onto the new. So might be actually saving a little bit extra, but it's about a 5 pound savings in weight between the 2 of them. So now we need to install the new one, and what we're going to do first is we're going to just clean a few things up. We're going to clean up around where the mufflers join. So according to the instructions, after you get the muffler off, some of the pre-work you should do is remove this white piece from this black heat shield, and to do that you need your star screwdriver, and there are 4 bolts. To remove this. Voila! You choose the part. So we need that. Next step is to install this bracket that's supplied with the muffler, comes with the muffler, onto the white side panel, and you can see it lines up with the same bolt hole. So use your same bolts that you took off to reinstall the new bracket. And a little trick, I'll say, to putting the screws onto the plastic is when you put it on, back it up until you hear or feel it click, and then go forward. So that will be help ensure that we don't strip the plastic. So we have the new panel on. So I'm just going to apply some high heat gasket maker to the header. And basically you slide the FMF over. I kind of did that wrong, didn't I? And they give you a new bolt, and you're supposed to go from the back end. I'm just going to put that slightly because you have to put this on before you put everything else together. Like that. So, but I need to add the bolt down below first. And to the bolt, I'm going to add just a little blue Loctite. Hopefully that will also help with preventing some of the rust. Okay, before we tighten that up, there's a little tricky piece in here. You need a supplied washer, and it comes with a bolt. So the kit comes with a washer, a pretty big washer, and a bolt, and it's an Allen key. It's a number 4, and you kind of have to maneuver it in between the plastic. So we need a wrench. Okay, so we'll just hold that. Seriously, it's not. That's on. We're going to wipe any excess gasket there to clean it up. So now with everything tightened up, you put your side panel back on. It's pretty simple. Like I said, just had these 2 bolts. I had to redo the heat shield a little bit, not too difficult, and hopefully the gasket will cure overnight. I'm not going to start it right now. I'm going to wait for I think it's 24 hours, I'll double check, for this to dry nicely, and then we'll do a little sound check on it. So I'm just going to add the side panel back on really quick. So to add the side panel, basically just like you took it off, first you want to, or in the reverse order to what you took it off. Line up. Tabs. And then pop the back end, and then your bolt. Use just a little bit of thread lock.